Hello guys, welcome to my presentation. Myself Arun Kumar Saha from Department EC. Today we are going to learn about probability distribution. So at first we will see some terminologies that we will use in further future. We have probability experiment. Basically it is a process or procedure that repeatable under basically the same condition. Random experiment. It is a process for which the outcome cannot be predicted with certainty. Next we have very important random variable. A random variable is a variable whose value is unknown for a function that assign values to each of an experiment outcomes. For example, we can take that we roll a fair dice 6 times. Suppose we are interested in the number of fives in the 6 rolls. Let assume x is a random variable and x is number of fives. Then x could be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in the all 6 throws. Here x is an example of proper random variable, or we can say that x is a random variable. Next we have set. Basically it is a collection of objects with something in common. For example, we can take the set of 1, 2, 3, 4. There are various types of sets. First off, we have finite set. A finite set is a set that has a finite number of elements. The set of integers from 1 to 100. It is an example of finite set. Next we have infinite set. An infinite set is a set whose elements cannot be bounded. Oh, sorry. An infinite set is a set whose elements cannot be counted. Means it has no last element. For example, we can say the set of all integers. We cannot count the last integer. Next we have countable set. In mathematics, a set is said to be countable if its elements can be numbered using the natural numbers. For example, positive integers, rational numbers, etc. etc. Next, we have uncountable set. A set is uncountable if it contains so many elements that they cannot be put in one-to-one correspondence with the set of natural numbers. Up until this point, we had learned about some important terminologies in probability distribution. Now we will go through probability mass function, or in short PMF. Let us assume x be a discrete random variable such that probability of x equal to x is pi. Then pi is said to be a probability mass function only and if only necessary sufficient conditions are applied. Those conditions are: condition number 1, pi must be greater than equal to 0, and condition number 2 is summation of pi should be equal to 1. So for example, uh, let me throw a coin 3 times. So the sample space of the coin will be head head head, head head tail, head tail head, tail head head, head tail tail, tail head tail, tail tail head, tail tail tail. So if we form a table, or if we formulate a table such that we make 5 columns and 2 rows, so that in first row we have x number of head, and in second row we have probability. So if number of head is equal to 0, that means that the tail condition, then the probability of number of head equal to 0 is 1 by 8. And next we have number of head equal to 1. So if we see the sample space, there are 1 2 3 conditions which satisfies, and therefore the probability of number of head equal to 1 is 3 by 8. Then we have two heads. If we see the sample space, there are 3 conditions also, again 3 conditions, that is the probability of number of heads equal to 2 equal to 3 by 8. And if we see the probability of number of heads equal to 3, that is only one condition satisfies, that is head head head. Therefore the probability of number of heads equal to 3 is equal to 1 by 8. So now if we apply the conditions of PMF, that is probability mass function. So the first condition we have, pi must be greater than equal to 0. So we can see that the p of 0 equal to 1 by 8, p of 1 equal to 3 by 8, p of 2 equal to 3 by 8, p of 3 equal to 1 by 8. So all the pi's are greater than equal to 0. So first condition satisfied. In second, we have the summation of pi must be equal to 1. So if we add the p1, p2, p3, p4, that is 1 by 8 plus 3 by 8 plus 3 by 8 plus 1 by 8 equal to 1, and second condition also satisfied. So we can say that the this x random variable, the probability of x is a probability mass function. Distribution function. Next we are going to see distribution function. For distribution function, let x be a discrete random variable. That is, discrete distribution function or cumulative distribution function is defined as fx equal to summation of pi equal to p such that x less than equal to xi. So for example, we can take the above example as we discussed earlier. Let tabulate the distribution function of fx such that x less than equal to 0, that is we are considering that number of heads less than equal to 0. So one condition satisfied, therefore the probability will be 1 by 8, and x less than equal to 1, that is the number of head less than equal to 1, that means the number of head equal to 0 plus number of head equal to 1. So we add the two probabilities and we get 4 by 8. Again x less than equal to 2, we it satisfied three condition, x equal to 0, x equal to 1, and x equal to 3. Therefore we add the three probabilities, we get 7 by 8, and x less than equal to 3 satisfies all the four probabilities, that is x equal to 0, 1, 2, 3. Therefore the whole probability pi will be equal to 1. So in short, we can tabulate this type of thing, and this is called probability distribution function. Now we're gonna learn about some special type of discrete distributions. First up, we have binomial distribution. For properties of binomial distribution, we have to consider that all the trials of the binomial distribution must be independent. The number of trials n must be finite. And third, the probability of success must be same for each trial. For the formula that we use in binomial distribution, that is p of x equal to ncx into p to the power x into q to the power n minus x, where n is the total number of trial, p is the probability of success, q is the probability of failure. And we know that p plus q equal to 1, that is probability of success plus probability of failure is equal to 1. So q equal to 1 minus p. Now we are going to see an example about binomial distribution. Suppose that the example we have, a card is selected from a deck and replaced. If this experiment is repeated a total of 5 times, find the probability of selecting exactly 3 clubs. So regarding the solution, first we have to understand what the question says. So we are taking a card from a deck, then we are replacing the card. So we have to check the first condition, we have to check the third condition first, that the probability of success is same of each trial. That is, we can see that the probability of selecting a card from the deck of cards is equal to 1 by 52. And second, all the trials are also independent, and also the number of trials is given, that is 5 times. So n equal to 5, that is also finite. So we can progress with our binomial distribution. Now it says that we have selected a card, then replaced it, and we had done it 5 times. So what is the probability of selecting exactly 3 clubs? That is, we have to find the probability of x equal to 3. Now we have n given, n is equal to 5. For p, the probability of selecting a card, that is club, is equal to 13 by 52, that is equal to 1 by 4. And probability of q, when it means failure, that not selecting a club, is equal to 1 minus 1 by 4, that is equal to 3 by 4, sorry. Then we have and x equal to 3, p of x equal to ncx into p to the power x into q to the power n minus x, that is probability of x equal to 3 equal to 5c3 into 1 by 4 to the power 3 into 3 by 4 to the power 2. That is, by calculating we got the answer 0.088. So the probability of selecting exactly 3 clubs is equal to 0.088. Next up, we have Poisson distribution. For Poisson distribution, we are taken a x random variable which has the probability mass function as follows: p of x equal to lambda to the power x into e to the power minus lambda divided by x factorial. X can be 0, 1, 2, 2, 3, any 4 after infinity. This x is called a Poisson variable and its distribution is called Poisson distribution. When we are gonna use the Poisson distribution rather than binomial distribution. So, if the number of trial is very much large and probability of success is very less compared to the number of trial, then we will use the Poisson's distribution. So we have a question here. The question says that during the time 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. noon hour, arrivals at a Cubicide banking machine have been found to be Poisson's distributed with a mean of 1.3. Oh, sorry, I forgot to mention about the lambda. The lambda is the Poisson's mean or Poisson distributed mean, that is lambda equal to mean, and we know e and x is a random variable. So we see the question again. During the 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. noon hour, arrivals at a cubicle banking machine have been founded to be Poisson distributed with a mean of 1.3 persons per minute. If x equal to number of arrivals per minute, determine probability of x less than 2. So probability of x less than 2 is equal to probability of x equal to 0 plus probability of x equal to 1. For finding probability of x equal to 0, we will use the Poisson's formula, that is lambda to the power x into e to the power lambda divided by x factorial. We have given the lambda is given in the question, that is equal to 1.3. For p of x equal to 0, that is lambda to the power 0, 1.3 to the power 0 into e to the power minus lambda, that is the value of e is 2.71828 to the power minus 1.3. So we calculated p of x equal to 0. Similarly, we calculated p of x equal to 1, and for p of x less than equal to 2, we add both of them, and we got 0.2725 plus 0.3543 equal to 0.6268. Next, we have continuous random variable. A random variable which can take infinite numbers of values in an interval is known as a continuous random variable. For example, we have height of group of individuals. You can see the graph of continuous random variable. The graph is continuous from 1 to 2 without any discontinuities. Next, we have probability density function, in short PDF. A function fx is said to be a probability density function if these two conditions are satisfied. First, f of x is greater than equal to 0 for x in between minus infinity to infinity. Second, we have integration minus infinity to infinity f of x dx equal to 1. So we have a question here regarding the probability density function. The question says that the continuous random variable x has the following probability density function where a and b are constants. Then so that 10a plus 25b equal to 1. The function is given here, f of x equal to a plus bx for a less than equal to x less than equal to 5. Otherwise, f of x equal to 0. Here it is given that fx is a probability distribution function. According to the second condition of probability distribution function that we read earlier, that minus infinity to infinity f of x dx must be equal to 1. So applying that condition, we can see that a plus bx for 0 less than equal to x less than equal to 5, otherwise 0. So we are integrating 0 to 5 f of x dx equal to 1, because otherwise the fx will be equal to 0 and the integration has no result. So 0 to 5 f of x dx equal to 1, 0 to 5 integration a plus bx dx equal to 1, substituting the values and integrating ax plus bx square by 2, 0 to 5 integration equal to 1. So 5a plus 25b by 2 minus 0 equal to 1. Then the final result is 10a plus 25b equal to 2. Hence, next up we have cumulative distribution function, or in short CDF. Let x be a continuous random variable having PDF small f of x. Then capital F x bracket x will be a continuous distribution function of x if fx bracket x equal to probability of x less than equal to x equal to minus infinity to x f of x dx. It is also known as continuous distribution function. Relation between distribution function and density function. The relation between density function and distribution function as goes as ddx of capital F of x equal to small fx. We have an example here so that CDF of an unbiased coin which is tossed once. Solution, we have sample space S equal to head tail for an unbiased coin. X of S implies R, X of H equal to 1 and X of T equal to 0. So here probability of 0 equal to half and probability of 1 equal to half plus half equal to 1. So f of x equal to 0, x less than equal to 0 equal to 0.5. So that is 0 less than equal to x less than 1 equal to 1. So x greater than equal to 1. Now we will be dealing with some types of continuous distribution. First, we have uniform or rectangular distribution. A continuous random variable is said to follow a uniform distribution if its probability density function is given by f of x equal to 1 divided by b minus a, where a less than x less than b or 0 otherwise. Second, we have normal distribution. A continuous random variable x being minus infinity to infinity equal to r of the spectrum is said to follow a normal distribution if its PDF is given by f of x equal to 1 by under root 2 pi sigma into e to the power minus m square x minus m whole square divided by 2 sigma square for minus infinity less than x less than infinity, where m belongs to R and sigma greater than 0 are the parameters of the distribution. Next, we have exponential distribution. A continuous random variable x is said to follow an exponential distribution if its PDF is given by f of x equal to 1 by lambda e to the power x divided by lambda for x greater than 0, lambda greater than 0, equal to 0 otherwise. Lambda greater than 0 is the only parameter. Now we have seen all this and now we are going to see properties of distribution curve. For properties of distribution curve, we have first property is y equal to fx is always confined between 0 and 1. Second property is probability of a less than x less than equal to b equal to f of b minus f of a for b greater than equal to a. Third property is f of x is monotonically non-decreasing. Fourth property is f of x is continuous to the right of every point at every spectrum point. Fifth property and the last property is limit x tends to infinity f of x equal to 0 and limit x tends to infinity f of x equal to 1.